the 6 punches equals a headbutt. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it was something stupid.
Do you think they keep the same rule in the bedroom? Like, I sucked your dick last Tuesday. You got to suck my dick this time. No, I'm up 6, dick sucks to 5.
Yeah, you got to suck my dick.
Swear to God, you can find the quote. Well, you can pull it up in post. You can edit this in. But yeah, she said, these women are all about empowerment and women supporting women. And they're just fucking mean to me.
Show me your bits. Hey, show me your bits. Punchline sharp, leave you rolling in fits.
Ooh, I know what we can talk about. Did you watch that boxing match?
I did watch the boxing.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you watch like from start to finish, like the first match?
No, I just kind of listened to the first few, and then I watched the ladies one right
Would
before
you listen to it on the radio or something?
Yeah, I was like cleaning my house and stuff. I just had it on like in the background. I just kept hearing Rosie Perez saying a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah,
and then Evander Holyfield and the other who was else? Who's the other boxer with him?
What was it? Roy Jones
Jr.
Yeah.
Their CTE was showing hard. I made a Facebook joke about it, and it got like 1 like, and I usually delete posts like that because I get so self-conscious, and I should because it's not a great. But I said, and during it, I go, I don't know what's lagging harder, this stream or Evander Holyfield's brain. That's so fucked up. That's like someone's grandpa, and he's got real issues.
Yeah, he doesn't know they're his he's their grandpa though. Right. Yeah, Rosie Perez, because they were like, she's the first lady of boxing, and I was like, why? And I
because she was in a movie about boxing or something.
No, because she likes boxing.
Oh, she likes boxing. No, that's the first chick to ever like boxing.
Yeah,
so that makes sense. Okay.
I thought it would make more sense if it was like the wife of a famous boxer was the first lady of boxing.
Yeah, but then we're just introducing more CTE.
Yeah,
they're getting hit too, so I don't know. Yeah, surprisingly, Rosie Perez was the smartest female boxing fan. So yeah, that's the best they could get.
Yeah, Roy Jones Jr. is like breaking down the fight, and he's like, "What do you think about this, Rosie?" And she's like, "He's getting punched. I think it looks dangerous." And you're like, "Yep, that's
no,
boxing."
Perry. She said, "It looks like he is getting so hurt. It's dangerous." That was a direct quote. I grew up down in Miami. My family's Cuban. I can talk like that.
Are they really?
I can make fun of Puerto Ricans because I know some Cubans, so it's cool. Don't worry. All right,
they're all the same.
It's all the same pile of garbage.
But the first fight was it seemed like it was Venezuelan or Brazilian Jake Paul basically.
Okay.
He has a Netflix comedy
against
specials.
like the Indian Rocky Balboa, right?
Yes.
Okay, I saw the start of that one.
He humped him in the butt a couple times.
I did see that. I did. Wait, who humped who?
Goyat was the Indian guy. Goyat, and then Nunez was the Brazilian guy. But
so who was the top and who was the bottom?
Nunez was the bottom. Okay. He was laughing while he was getting humped in the butt in the corner too.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what else he would do. But the Goyat, they were at the beginning. They're like, in 2008 he was one of India's top most promising fighters, which means he's been boxing forever, and he's like in his late 30s. This other dude's like early mid 20s, actor, comedian, musician. And it's like he's been boxing for 3 years. So I think the Goyat guy was just like, fuck this dude.
Well, I don't know. So I only saw the beginning of that one, and then I saw the lady fight right before the main event, and then the main event. So was it the theme for the entire night? Because obviously the main event was Mike Tyson, who boxed 30 years ago against a 25-year-old social media star.
No,
but then also the female one was the same thing. It was the Irish chick who's been boxing for 30 years, was like
but they
against the younger Amanda Serrano.
The two of them had like a rivalry. They had a match that ended up the same, where everyone thought Serrano won.
Oh, they had fought before, Serrano and the Katie whatever Irish bitch.
But the first match, the whole time, me and my wife were watching it. My wife was sitting there drinking beer. And
y'all watched the first match? I mean, like the first between the two of the ladies, like before?
We watched everything. So.
I'm talking about their first fight. You said they had fought previously.
No. Sorry, the first match of the.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
It was Nunez versus Goyat.
Yeah.
And so it's this seasoned fighter, and he's just like not taking it serious. But we were sitting there watching, and I was like, I think I could take these punches. Like they don't look that bad. And then the next fight, the two dudes are knocking each other down and bleeding, and I was like, these guys are definitely not actor, comedian, musicians.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
these guys have no talent aside from punching people, clearly, because they are good at it. Like the middle two were real fights. The women were going after it.
Dude, that shit was awesome.
She was headbutting the shit out of her.
I know.
Her eye was all fucked
Crazy
up.
Irish bitch.
But I really hate Jake Paul a lot.
Really? Why?
I've just always, but
Besides the obvious.
him and his brother are just insufferable, and he it was so annoying because like the commentators, you know, they're just kind of talking about generic stuff, commentating the fight, and then Jake Paul does his walkout where they rode like a low rider, and the commentators are like reading the stats for the car.
They definitely, somebody sent them the whole stat sheet.
and then
it's a 1978 coupe wide body.
It's like,
It's got flames by this company, and
What are we
it's got
talking about?
60-inch rims, and it shows what the
and
fuck.
his boxing shorts, his kit was like $1 million,
and it's
diamonds.
clearly on a track, and it's being driven by Heavy D and the boys. Which is, now that we found love, what are we gonna do about it? Which one of the commentators mentioned. It was a weird, like, hey, that's Heavy D and the boys. Now that we found love, what are we gonna do about it?
What the fuck? But then the commentators are just like,
And then Tyson comes out. Okay, we'll get to it.
He had nothing but a towel with a hole cut in it.
We'll get to it.
But they do these like scorecards when they're walking out, you know, up in the top. And Jake Paul has like 11 cards, and one of them was just like respects women or like advocates for women's rights.
That was a big
Like-
theme for the night. Right after two chicks just beat the shit out of each other, and we all loved it. We were like, yes.
Yeah, after that Irish lady headbutted
Jake Paul has been a big supporter of women's rights and the future of women in sports.
Did you watch the post-fight interview with the Irish chick?
A little bit. I don't know what.
She had Serrano's coach comes in and they're just
He's like, yo, this bitch is dirty. Headbutted our person.
He goes, I mean, Taylor, she's a beautiful lady, but she's got a big ass head.
She's got a big ass head, though.
But then they interview they were they Puerto Rican?
Not the Irish. Yeah, Puerto Rican.
No, not the Irish.
Because another Facebook post I made.
But they
I said that judge's decision was a floating pile of garbage. Because they said the Irish bitch won.
Yeah. But they both speak fluent, very clear English.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Puerto
Irish
Rico's
chick,
part of America.
They're interviewing her, and they're like, "How are you feeling during that fight?" And she was just like, "It's like, what the fuck?
How did you feel about just sticking your head into her? She's like, oh, you know, down by the Blarney Stone, you got the. This is why people hate us. Yeah. That's why there's no racism against white people. Because of this shit. Look at them. You can't be racist against that. You're just right. You're going to, like, say they're retarded? Yeah. Okay, you're right. When you say it about Puerto Ricans, you're only 90% right.
Jesus.
Sorry, this is turning in. I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, the women's fight was brutal, which I watched the documentary. I can't remember her name, but she was like, I think she had a fight, like one of the openers, I guess. I don't know how they refer to it, for like Mike Tyson. Do you know what I'm talking about? Mm-mm. But she kind of like changed women's boxing from like a side freak show to like a legitimate like sport.
You're talking about the Irish chick?
No. Like
some other person.
Yeah.
Because the Irish chick, I guess, was responsible for getting women's boxing into the Olympics.
Oh,
it was the first female Olympic boxing champion.
Oh shit!
But it was like the 2008 Olympics.
Oh yeah.
So when they said and she looks kind of young. I mean, she looks good. She looks.
Yeah.
I mean, for a white lady, she aged pretty well. So, but yeah, they said that she was so. When you're talking about, she brought women's boxing to the Olympics, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, that shit just came to the Olympics, and they're like, in 2008, she won. I'm like, oh fuck, that was almost 20 years ago.
For a broad that gets punched in the face for a living, she looks pretty good.
Well, she got a big head. Big tough head.
But I can't. Why can't I remember her name? I don't know. I had an audition. They're making a movie about her, and Sydney Sweeney is playing her.
No, it's the Irish chick.
No.
Okay, so I heard the commentators talking about Sydney Sweeney's going to be playing her in an upcoming movie.
Not the Irish chick. They're talking about a different.
I thought they were talking about the Irish chick.
I need to look this up. But
all right, you look it up. We can edit it. we can edit it. Somebody will edit this. You don't have a case on your phone? You raw dogging that shit?
It's
that shit's so
the
sexy though without a
Charger.
case. It is hot though without a case.
I don't even know what to look up. Famous female boxers.
That Sydney Sweeney, big titties playing. Speaking of Sydney Sweeney, you know she came out saying that women are mean to her. It's nothing we can talk about. Women are being mean to Sydney Sweeney because she's got big tits.
Are they?
And they're not taking her seriously as a thespian because she's got big rockin' tits. Well, yeah, she came out and said, like, women are all about supporting other women and empowering other women. And she's like, no, they're fucking bitches to me. They're such cunts. They talk shit behind my back. And we're all just, She came out and said what we've all known, that women are mean to each other.
Are they?
No, yeah, she came out and said that. I swear to God, you can find the quote. Well, you can pull it up in post. You can edit this in. But yeah, she said, these women are all about empowerment and women supporting women. And they're just fucking mean to me.
Oh, that Taylor chick is undefeated. This woman is not coming up on any.
Because I think it's the Taylor chick.
Christy Martin.
Oh. Okay,
But
so it sounds like Katie, whatever the fuck her name was.
But they're making a movie about her with Sydney Sweeney, and I was playing some fictional character that was not me. So I watched the documentary about her.
But you're going to be in the movie, or you auditioned for it?
I auditioned for it.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Because your tits aren't good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the problem would have been that my tits might be too big next to Sydney Sweeney.
They would have overpowered Sydney Sweeney's tits.
Yeah, my milkers would have overpowered Sydney Sweeney's little.
Kind of how like Leonardo DiCaprio only will be in movies with other short people that are shorter than him, so it makes him look tall.
Is that real?
So Sydney Sweeney's only in movies with tiny titty bitches.
Is that real?
Maybe not Leonardo DiCaprio, but there's famous actors that are.
Have you heard about The Rock and Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious? They have like a point system for the fights so that like they can never lose.
Oh, I just know they have like big beef and like will refuse to be in another movie together again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Vin Diesel.
Well, because Vin Diesel was like this is my fucking franchise. Like The Rock came in and Vin Diesel kept trying to like big dog The Rock. so I get both sides of it. Like it is Vin Diesel's franchise that he started in. It's his shit. He was like executive producer, and The Rock comes in. The Rock wants executive producer, wants to be able to call the shots, whatever. And Vin Diesel. So you can just imagine these two just roided up small dick dudes, just like
Yeah.
yeah. So they've had beef.
I didn't know all that. But
No.
for the fights in the movies, they had a point system because neither of them wanted to lose any fights.
Okay,
So
what's
it'd be
the
like
points?
a head. I don't know. It'd be like a headbutt is 10 points. And
If a headbutt's 10 points, then my girl Katie got a lot of points.
So it'd be like neither of them would ever lose a fight, so they'd always even in points. So it'd be like the 6 punches equals a headbutt. I don't know. You know what I mean? So it was something stupid.
Do you think they keep the same rule in the bedroom? Like, I
Yeah.
sucked your dick last Tuesday. You got to suck my dick this time. No, I'm up 6 dick sucks to 5.
Yeah, you gotta suck my dick.
I hope your wife's not like that. I've been with women like that. And that's just like the clear sign that a relationship is not going to end well. So again, I hope this isn't the case with your wife and you don't have to talk about it.
No,
But I've had
me-
women, I've had like, where like, things are getting hot and stuff, and the girl's about to go down on you. And I've had a girl literally stop and be like, no, because you've gone down on me 7 times, and I've gone down on you 8 times. And so this is your turn.
No, me
and I just immediately am like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck?
No, me and my wife have a point system in the bedroom.
You have a
so,
point system.
so yeah, so
Tell me your point system.
So a headbutt is 5
headbutt's 10
points.
points.
Yeah, if I kick her in the crotch, it's 6 points.
Whoa.
If she punches me in the crotch, it's 5 points.
Damn, y'all don't have a
So-
roll against under the belt?
Yeah, no,
It's nice.
we do old fashioned UFC rules in the bedroom.
Nice.
Crotch punches and
Dick twist.
biting.
Give me your
Yeah,
little twist.
yeah. The neck bite is so many
Okay.
points.
Don't make it hot.
But this Christy Martin chick, I watched the documentary and it was fucking crazy. She was like an amazing boxer and she was training at this gym and ends up marrying the trainer. And he's like way older than her. And
Hell yeah.
this one, she was fighting like up weight classes and still winning. And this one lady that I think she beat the shit out of, she ends up, after divorcing her husband and everything, she ends up marrying that lady. But her husband tried to kill her. He like shot her a few times.
Whose husband? Wait, you gotta explain the whole story.
Sorry, Christy Martin
'Kay.
is some may consider, I don't know. I just looked it up
Yeah, one of
and
the
couldn't
greatest
find
female
couldn't
boxers.
Yeah, I looked up top 10 greatest.
Revolutionized it at least. Like,
Yeah.
made a name for it. Okay,
Yeah.
so she.
So she married her boxing trainer who's
Yes.
a man.
Yes.
And he's like much older, and he was kind of taking advantage of her,
Okay.
stealing money from her and shit. And so she eventually like wants a divorce. She reconnects with her old like high school girlfriend.
Okay,
friend.
that's okay. So this okay.
So she starts visiting her, and they spark up a romance. Mm-hmm. And then when she gets her husband like finds her and picks her up, and when they get home, she got out of the shower or something, and he like shot her a few times with her own pistola, and she crawled got away somehow. And that dog is drinking.
Now that we're talking about lesbian loving, my dog's gonna lick some water off camera. Yep, just
Perfect time.
Yeah, thank you for adding the sound effects, so I don't have to push the button on the soundboard. Thank you, Izzy.
But so her husband tried to kill her, and he's in jail forever for that. But then her former high school lover was like taking care of the hospital, and in the documentary they were just kind of like, it didn't work out for whatever reason. So then she reconnects with this boxer that she beat the shit out of. Boxer lady. And they are currently married. So it all worked out in the end.
Where did you say the husband is now?
In jail.
In prison, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's her story. It was a crazy story to watch because she was like, she would take a fucking beating and come back from it.
So this Sydney Sweeney movie that's going to come out is going to have domestic violence, lesbian love, and chicks beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Give him the Oscar now. Just go ahead and like. This is great.
It's got everything you want out of a cinematic piece.
Yep.
I would say.
And Sydney Sweeney's tits.
Exactly. That is a hot topic these days.
Mm-hmm. People are very jealous. People
Are they?
want to be with her, want to be without her tits. Yeah. That's what I said earlier, that, a lot of women or that Sydney Sweeney came out and made a statement that some women aren't so nice to her.
Because she has big boobs?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's
you see, not all women are body positive like they say they are. Okay, a lot of women like to say that they're body positive and that women support other women and that women build up other women. But according to Sydney Sweeney, behind closed doors, they're cunts.
Oh shit!
I know.
Is that a direct
surprise?
quote?
Surprise!
That was a direct quote from Rosie Perez.
In the words of the amazing comedian T.J. Black, surprise, surprise. Those titties is retarded.
What? What? Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, that fight was sad.
That fight was very
watch.
sad. Yes.
Did you see when he walked away?
Jake Paul comes out in a fucking hoopty with his annoying brother and the fucking the ghetto boy, or Heavy D and the boys. If now that we found love, what are we gonna do about it?
Is that who that really was?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Because I guess fucking Snow in farm. I guess he was busy. They couldn't get Snow, so they got Heavy D and the boys.
Who was it? The intro thing, and it was just like, I think was it Ice-T or something that was doing the intro. It was like, when Titans come to meet for battle. I was like, what the fuck is this?
What do we call him? Iron Mike Tybus. Iron Mike Tybus.
He did say Iron
Mike Tybus. What a shit show of a fucking live stream.
Versus Logan Paul. It's just like everything's wrong.
I love the one where like so it was like the four panelists when you had Evander Holyfield and Roy Jones Jr. And the female on the panel. So it's the two like that are normal, just normal people, the black chick and the black guy. They're like just normal, asking the right questions, saying the things they prepared for. And so the chick,
that other guy was saying the weirdest shit.
Well, I know. He was getting weird. But the chick was like, "Hey, so Roy, can you ask Evander, what does Tyson still have what it takes? Do you think that Tyson still has the fight and the edge still left in him? Do you think he still has what it takes to win another fight?" Roy turns to Evander and goes, "Evander, you think Mike's gonna bite another ear?" And the chick goes, That's not what I asked. That's not at all what I asked. And he just kept bringing it up. And so she kept being like reiterating the question. Okay, let me try to read. So, do you think Mike still has it? You ask him. And he goes, "You think he's still gonna bite that ear?" It's just like, the fuck are we doing here?
And then Cedric the Entertainer was there like a couple times. It was not worth watching. Here's how little attention I paid to it. I thought up until we started the stream and I saw it on Netflix, I thought it was Logan Paul versus Mike
I
Tyson.
had to ask several times which one was which.
Yeah, that Jake Paul kid is ugly. He is very.
Are you kidding?
He's very
Oh
ugly.
my god, he's so pretty.
He's got.
What?
I think
With the hair and the tattoos.
I think his hair is
little
butchered.
earrings.
Whoever butchered his head.
Oh yeah, well yeah, he's got the Andrew Santino fucking
that-
neo-Nazi. Like you can't have that hard of a cut. Like you got to fade it down.
He has the hip.
Like, that's so anti-black that you're so against a fade that you're gonna go from a 4 to a 0. Like you go from you're so against black people. They're like, no, don't fade it. Don't blend it down.
They have the hipster neo-Nazi cut. It's like
Have you seen Andrew Santino rock it? I mean, not
Yeah.
I keep saying Andrew Schultz.
Yeah,
Andrew
yeah,
Schultz
yeah.
had the fucking where it's like all hair and then all of a sudden nothing. You
Yeah.
can't have that hard of a cut.
no, it looks weird.
No, yeah,
He's got Jake Paul has the weirdest face and neck tattoos, and he's got like stars over his eyebrow, like he's a Norwegian DJ or something.
I don't know, man.
I just did not like that guy.
Yeah,
Don't like anything about him. And the thing is, they're showing like his previous fights, and it's all old guy. He's paying like old legends to fight him. It's like, who's he gonna fight next?
I am glad he didn't knock out Tyson though. You know he
Yeah.
could have. He could have knocked him out. He could have knocked him the fuck out, and he chose not to, which is respectable. And I guess although I'm sure they agreed
Mike
on it.
Tyson landed 18 punches, like the whole. He shouldn't have been fighting. He's 58.
That's-
I mean,
Was it 18 fight? I think it was. And it was a 16-minute fight. So it was
Yeah.
8 2-minute rounds. So he landed one punch a minute.
yeah,
Like, that's terrible.
yeah. In the Taylor versus Serrano, it was like.
In the hundreds.
Yeah, they each
Each of
landed
them.
hundreds, but Serrano landed almost 100 more punches
Oh, wow.
than the other chick. But if we're going based on The Rock and Vin Diesel's rules, Taylor headbutted Serrano, so she got more points for the headbutts.
That
so,
is more points, yeah, for going by the rules.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I think they were also afraid to give her first loss or whatever. Like you said, she's undefeated or, you know,
yeah.
the reigning champion of everything. And you got some MMA, UFC fighter come in. And
Is that what Serrano?
Yeah. So Amanda Serrano is a UFC fighter. Pretty
Oh.
positive. Yeah. So it's one of those situations, like I said, where like Jake Paul's kind of done that before. Where he fights UFC fighters that are like not. They know a little bit of boxing. Like that's
Yeah, but they're
5% of what they do.
They're
yeah.
also in their 40s.
Yeah, that
and
too.
They're,
Yeah, they're just
they're all
not- yeah.
retired. Like, you know, it's just. But also, he's paying and clearly putting on the event and paying everyone to say all these nice things about him. Like it was like, oh, he used to struggle with drug and alcohol addiction. I feel like he's one of those guys. It's like, yeah, I just couldn't stop smoking weed. I was addicted to drugs. Like, sure, dude. I just the content they've put out for the longest time, like they got rich from entertaining dumb children on TikTok and YouTube, and then they're like, that was what I was confused about. I was like, if you're already that successful, why do you?
So that's why I like them and I appreciate them. So that's why it comes back around to where I do respect them a little bit, just for that regard, for the exact thing you were about to say. When you build up that much fame, that much money, that much power, that much whatever, you could just ride that out. You could just be the fucking
but
guy.
now
You could just
they're-
put out
but-
TikToks
but-
for the rest of your life and not make maybe not make as much as you're making now. But no, there's no reason why either of them had to go into fucking boxing.
I know well, they used to wrestle in college.
Yeah, no, that's nothing that gives them credibility or gives them like a little bit of like, all right, they're keeping it real, like, you know, like if that's something they legitimately enjoyed before they became famous, something they legitimately think they're good at and stuff. It's not like they're doing it like if they became stand-up comedians like most celebrities. That's what most celebrities do when they have run out of everything they can do on whatever platform they got famous on, and now it's all washed up. They become a stand-up comedian. Jeremy Piven's doing it. Fucking John Mayer did it. There's a bunch of people doing it.
John Mayer did it?
Yeah, John Mayer, but supposedly John Mayer was actually really good. But he started making like jokes that were like a little bit too edgy to where he got in trouble because he's fucking John Mayer. Like, you're always
Yeah. lovely,
like your body is a wonderland. He'd be like, your body is a wonderland. And he'd go up on stage like, you're a fucking N-word. No, maybe not that, but you know, it was just, it got weird. So he had to stop doing comedy. Like his agents and managers were like, dude, you're going to fucking ruin everything for yourself.
Oh man,
He was like legit. He was actually, yeah, they said, and he was like at comedy clubs like every night. He was like a legit comedy like fan. There's a lot of comedians that talk about it. Yeah. So that's the one, I guess. But other comedians or other people that talk about, they just go into comedy, start traveling around the country, barely have an act, like the guy you saw from TikTok or whatever. And so Jake Paul and Logan Paul could easily just do that. Go around to different theaters and just sign autographs, show their face.
I don't think that's the thing though, because they're already still so famous and making so much money. I think they're like, I want to be seen as like great at this thing. Like I don't think they've had.
What's wrong with that? Like, what's not to respect about that though?
Because they're paying to put on these events. They're not taking like the traditional like route of it and like fighting. How can you?
Logan Paul's never going to take a traditional route of coming up through the fucking boondocks
but
of
you could
boxing. He's never going to go do a show in front of 20 people.
To be like, I'm going to start boxing and immediately like, let me start fighting 40 and 50 and 60-year-old like legends.
Okay, but it's either that or fighing fucking Andy that lives down the street in your town, because that's what level you're really at. You're not at the level to fight fucking Roy Wood Jr.
No, but
say the comedian Roy Wood.
No, but I mean, fight people that are your age that are
you'll lose
exactly.
And you won't make any money. Now you're just getting the shit beat out of you for nothing.
I think they'd still make money, but it just felt pointless. Like, you're doing this because it's like, what if I could beat Mike Tyson? It's like, yeah,
okay,
I don't.
All right, let's say you become a famous comedian. God forbid. I know. I know this is so insane to even think about, but just throw out all reality and just just suspend disbelief for a second with me. Imagine you, a famous comedian.
I can't even imagine it. It's
I'm
never
kind of forgetting where I was going.
Never going to happen.
But you go on Saturday Night Live. Is this where I was going with it? And then you start like acting and doing like little stuff, and then people are like, "Why didn't you fucking go do like you're not a good actor. Why don't you go do the fucking high school play down the street? Why don't you start there? Start there in the little theater in your neighborhood and go do that little show there. Don't do SNL. And you're not good enough for this yet. These guys have been working years to do this kind of improv acting. You're not. It's like, okay,
no,
sure,
that's,
but like
that's not
people want to see you do it.
That's not the same at all. I'm not beating up a 58-year-old man. I mean, but
you can go on there and beat the shit out of Amy Poehler or Lorne Michaels.
Yeah. Let's say you become a famous comedian. You show up on SNL and beat the shit out of Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing about it.
Get over here, Tina Fey. You fucking.
No, if he was fighting like the current active best people, but he's like, I'm gonna pay these legends to just embarrass them.
I mean, he got his ass beat the one time by the real boxer guy.
Exactly.
Tommy Fury or whatever, or not whatever, whoever it was.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's gonna. It's not that I think he's like a terrible boxer.
Yeah.
But what is the point of?
Yeah, he's a business. I'd say he's more of a businessman than a boxer, and I think he would say that as well. I don't think he's trying to go down as the greatest boxer of all time. So that's my thing. Is like he's not trying to be. No, he's like, no, I want to be a good boxer. I want to show what skills I have
by beating up
on the biggest arena I can, and this is the biggest arena I can.
I want to show my skills by beating up a 58-year-old man.
That was just fucking weird to watch. That was elder abuse.
Well, it was also
that was like, why has this been the year of elder abuse between Joe Biden and that guy?
That's who he's going to fight Joe Biden.
Frankie Valli. Didn't we talk about Frankie Valli on a previous podcast? The little Jersey boy doo-wop guy.
Oh, yeah, we
did. Out there. They keep putting it out. Yeah, this is 2024 has been the year of elder abuse, and I'm all here for it. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight my grandpa right now.
Yeah, I think he like beat Nate Diaz. I don't know. It's all these dudes who are older.
I wouldn't say Nate Diaz is anything. So that goes against your argument. Nate Diaz wasn't old. Nate Diaz was a UFC fighter. That's what I was talking about earlier. Nate Diaz
but he was almost 40.
Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz was still somewhat in his prime. He wasn't a 58-year-old. The 58-year-old, that's fucking wild.
Yeah,
that's insane. Like, I'm 34 and my body was hurting watching that. It was. And then, like I said, Tyson coming out by himself. That was weird. Why?
He always did that.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
told me that it's like his last, his last roll down, whatever. I'm like, okay, just weird. But I guess if that's what he's always done.
Did you see the interview with
he just looked like he was just ready to get it over with.
Oh yeah.
And then after the fight, when they asked him, like, "Are you done?" Did you see after the fight when they asked him if he's gonna ever fight again? He goes, "I don't know. I mean, I might miss. I could probably fight Logan." Logan,
Yeah.
and that was what made it. That like, a lot of people have been talking today about how like that showed what a joke and not serious the fight was, and how it wasn't real because Logan like looked so like, yo, come on, dude, like I'd fucking kill you, and he meant it. Like he was thrown so off guard that he didn't have time to pretend to give a we'll see about that. No, he was just like, dude, what? Like I'll fucking murder. Like my brother spared your life tonight. What, you're gonna challenge me? Like he like gave the most real response he could ever give because he did not expect that. Like if he had time to prepare, like I said, he would have been like, we'll see about that, Mike. I'll get you. But he was like, no, dude, I'll murder you. Don't do that. So I don't know.
Did you see the interview with Mike Tyson? There was like a little kid that was like,
Yeah.
what do you think about your legacy?
Yeah,
And he's
it's
like,
another
I don't
thing
give a
people
fuck
keep
about
bringing
my
up.
legacy.
Oh yeah, it's another thing that shows that he was not like he didn't give a fuck, and I respect that. I don't give a fuck about like if that's who knows if that's how he really feels, but that's the mindset he had. So if that's how he's gonna feel, if that's how I don't know if that's how he's gonna feel 2 weeks from now when all the dust is settled and he's like, fuck, what did I just do? But I think that's how you have to convince yourself. I think that was him convincing himself. Yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm making a bunch of shitload of money. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, 99% of y'all would do the same thing too. He's like, I don't give a fuck about like a legacy. I'm getting $20 million. Put that in your legacy.
It was just
It was
embarrassing.
weird to say to a 7-year-old child.
Yeah.
And that kid was so well trained too. She's like, yeah. So that's the first time we've ever gotten an answer like that, and that's gonna be it for the my elementary school project.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Mike, by the way, why are you at this elementary school? It's more like a Jay Leno.
I don't know. It's all the same.
I got the garage full of costume. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just the Paul brothers have just been an embarrassment to me.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't like them when they were doing
what?
I mean, obviously, I don't like most things about them, but the boxing stuff, I don't care. And then you watch the WWE stuff with Logan with the older brother. He fucking puts his. He's fucking pretty good at it. He's
I'm
pretty
not
good.
watching WWE.
I've seen clips of it. I saw one thing where he jumped and like Rey Mysterio or somebody else jumped and like met them. You ever see that one? They both jumped from the corners of the ring and like hit right in the middle and like went. It was fucking cool as shit. Like really fucking cool. Definitely check it out.
I think they're athletes.
And supposedly he's like really good at all the promo stuff and like really good.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure
to
they
say he's like
are.
legitimately like really good at it. Like real wrestlers have said that.
I'm sure they are. I just don't. I already don't care enough about the thing they're in to begin with. So then when they're involved with it, I'm like, I already don't. Like I wasn't gonna watch before. So now, like, I watched that because.
But you did watch it.
I watched that. I only watched that because of Mike Tyson, but I don't watch like boxing regularly, and I don't watch WWE.
And that's why you chose Mike Tyson. And that's why he's fighting it. I mean, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but
and just like, I saw a podcast people were talking about, like, I'm never gonna fall for this again. Or like, I'll never, this is all bullshit. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and the co-host was like, if Mike Tyson fights Logan Paul, the older brother, we're all gonna watch that too. And then
I probably won't watch that one.
If it's free on Netflix,
I still
there's
wouldn't
nothing
watch
else
it.
going on. You'll watch the replay of it. You'll watch. It's,
I
you know
would-
what I'm saying? It's,
honestly,
it's not something you're not gonna like take 30 seconds out of your life to watch whatever the outcome was. It's not like you're just gonna completely ignore it. You're not gonna be somewhat interested.
I completely ignored all of it up until now. I only knew because I opened Netflix and saw it.
You watched the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was because I was working from home, so I was.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's compelling entertainment.
That's not my argument. My argument is that why did he beat up a 58-year-old man?
Okay, well then we're not arguing about that because I agree with you on that one. That was weird.
It's so weird. Very unique takes here. I bet no one else thinks this.
Nobody else thinks it's weird.
So anyway, to change topics, what do you think the meaning of life is? What's that SD card for?
Uh-oh. That's from the main camera. The
Oh,
one that
okay,
this one,
cool.
I think, yeah. No, they're all recording. You can see them.
Woo!
Have you seen the, do you know who Paul Skeens is? The Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher. That's a tongue twister. Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher, Paul Skeens.
Pittsburgh
So
Pirates
he's
pitcher picking pickled
Paul Skeens. So he's
peppers.
so Paul Skeens is a rookie pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Very famous.
Pittsburgh pitcher.
He was like one of the most
Paul
highly
Skeens for
touted
the
prospects of all
Pittsburgh
time.
Pirates.
Like they were very excited. He's one of the biggest prospects of all time. It was a big deal. Like, it was kind of like the LeBron James of baseball. Pittsburgh Pirates got him because they're the worst team ever, so they acquired him. He's been doing great. He's actually lived up to all expectation. He's been awesome, pitching really well. He's got a very famous girlfriend named Livy Dunn. I don't know if you know her. She did gymnastics for LSU. She's all over TikTok. She's real famous on TikTok, so just for being a fucking hot blonde chick. Livy Dunn, if you want to look her up. She's pretty fucking basic looking to me. I don't know. I've also never really been into blonde that much. And so she's just, pretty basic, hot blonde. But she's got, 100 million followers. He's a big deal. Anyways, the trading card company Topps just announced that they were releasing the 1/1 rookie card for Paul Skeens. And the rookie card, it's an autographed rookie card, and it's got the patch in it, and the patch says MLB debut, which I'm assuming is like the patch that he actually wore on, because each MLB player on their MLB debut, that one game, they wear that patch. So it's the one patch. So it is 1/1. It's the only patch that he wore on his first game. So it's pretty significant. And the Pittsburgh Pirates came out and offered this insane thing for anybody that finds this card. So it's the first time that like an MLB franchise has ever come out and said, we want this card. They're offering 2 season tickets behind home plate for 30 years. You get the two seats right behind home plate, right there. You'll be on camera every single game for 30 years.
But
you get 2 signed jerseys.
Hold on, but it's Pittsburgh Pirates games for 30 years.
We're getting there. We are getting there. So they offered that. They offered 2 signed jerseys from him, a signed bat. They offered a softball game for you and 29 of your friends in the Pittsburgh Pirates baseball stadium. You get to rent out the entire Pittsburgh Pirates baseball stadium. The Pittsburgh Pirates baseball coaches will coach your softball team for the people you pick, and you will play a game against all your friends and family, whoever you choose to bring, to fucking rent out the entire stadium. It's wild. All this shit, and then private tours of the stadium, all this shit that they're offering for a single baseball card if somebody finds it. It's just a weird thing. It's a publicity thing, I'm assuming. But then there's a couple of funny things. And the first one you've already brought up. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. They're the worst franchise in MLB history. They've always have been. They got a terrible owner that everybody hates. They are also expecting that he might sell the team in the next 2 years. Their lease is up in 2 years for that ballpark. So people are like, yeah, cool, dude, you're going to get this. And then they're going to move and sell the team in 2 years. And you're not going to get any of that shit. And there's already been an auction company that have offered him, I think, $3 million. For whoever finds the card, $3 million. So there's been all this debate on the internet whether $3 million is worth more than 30-year season tickets, all this other shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, definitely, for sure. I mean, especially the guaranteed. So people are saying that like the only way Pittsburgh is ever going to make this, if it's like a diehard Pittsburgh fan that pulls the card, and they're, that's the only way. If it's anybody else in the country, they're going to be like, nah, just give me the money. But then, so the other funny thing is that Livy Dunn, did you look up what she looks like? Mm-hmm. Basic chick. Whatever, she's fine. She's hot. She made a post, let me sweeten the deal.
Oh, I'll have sex with you?
That's what we all think. It's we all like, the only
find
thing,
this baseball card.
What else do you have to fucking offer, Livy Dunn? What are you going to teach me how to do a fucking back somersault? No, she says, let me go ahead and sweeten the deal, all right? Because I know $3 million worth of stuff wasn't enough. If you win, I'll let you sit in my box for one of the games.
In her box?
Which I know, using the word, I don't know if I think she might have said press box, because now that I say it, yeah. But I just love. Well, the first word.
She got the whole press in that thing.
I don't know, right? Yeah, she fits a lot in there. I mean, it's the Pittsburgh press though, so it's not. It's only a couple dudes that just have those little cameras from the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But anyways,
their phones.
Yeah, they're just holding their phone up to her pussy. Yeah. So the exact tweet was like, let me go ahead and sweeten the deal. Whoever pulls the card can sit. So we're all like, yeah, huh? Sit where, Livy? In my press box for one game. Like,
one game.
Oh, how fucking annoying would that get? Could you imagine? What are you gonna do sitting next to a hot blonde chick?
Is she gonna be there?
Even if, maybe, sure. All right, let's assume she is. It's her box. Of course she'll be there. She can't be there without her box.
Of course not.
Her box can't be there without her. You know, it's just the rules of transfer. Like, what the fuck? Like, hi, Livy Dunn. And now you're sitting there next to just some perv all game. Just like,
Yeah, I was gonna say the types of guys that buy a lot of baseball cards are not the dudes you want in your
you're the
press
dude that would
box.
choose that or $3 million.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's just a funny story.
I used to work at Target and during COVID, and there was like that big boom of like all the people buying up the baseball cards. Those are not pleasant fellas to be around.
No, yeah, I had a couple guys on my bar the other day that did a whole box opening. They had like their phone set up. And like they didn't get shit. I was so happy.
How old were
I was
they?
so happy to see my age, 34, 35. I mean, like,
God.
old, too old to be doing it. Whatever. Everybody's got their shit.
Yeah,
That's just crazy for a card, one card. But I mean, I guess rookie cards have always been worth money. It is a one of one. And for me, like the only thing that I can see that really holding the value is the patch that it has. So it's a patch, like I said, that says MLB debut. And it's the patch that the players wear on the only one time ever. Their first game in the MLB, every player, when it's their first, they wear a little patch that says MLB debut. So that's actually in the card. And so I can understand, like why the dude would want that. The Pirates would want that. But I don't know. I think it's all publicity bullshit.
What happens after that first game? They just throw the patches in a landfill, or?
Well, I think the players keep them usually. That's why it's weird that he didn't get that. Like, I mean, I don't know.
He probably doesn't care. It's the Pittsburgh
I
Pirates.
don't. He might have not have at the time, but now he does. So he's like, I want that back. So he's part of like all working out the deal.
Oh yeah, you
Trying
can
to
get
get
some
his shit
money
back.
for that too. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when what's his name?
Shohei Ohtani, when he had that home run. Oh.
No, I don't
Okay.
watch. I don't watch baseball.
Oh well, there was the.
I was gonna say it was like when O.J. Simpson stole all his equipment back or whatever.
you think Paul Skeens, Livy Dunn? Ooh.
What if
That
Paul
would be-
Skeens killed Livy
No,
Dunn?
what if Livy Dunn like used her hot body to like seduce the dude into like, and then she stole the car? That'd be a fun heist movie.
That would be
Livy Dunn just being a slut, starring Livy Dunn and Sydney Sweeney's tits. You want to give us the card? You can sit in my box. And then she takes the card and fucking just the ultimate heist.
Are you a big baseball guy?
A little bit. I like the Braves a lot, I guess.
Yeah, Braves are good.
Yeah.
They've
Braves
been
are
really good.
What's your favorite sport? Do you like sports at all, or are you gay? Oh, you're some sort of queer or something. No, you better get the fuck out of my house. I didn't know.
All right.
I thought we had Bud Lights for a reason. You fucking that's. Oh yeah, you queers do like Bud Lights sometimes. God damn it, it's such
I like them.
It's like my favorite light beer. I don't drink beer much, but I do like them.
It's good. I was drinking a bunch of Stella Artois the other day. It was just giving me heartburn.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
No, I watch football. Were the Falcons playing today?
Yeah, they got crushed.
Fuck.
Dude, 37-6
Are
by the
you
Denver Broncos.
What the
Who also
fuck?
suck. Yeah.
What?
It was bad. Yeah.
The Falcons are doing better.
Yeah, they
this
didn't
year,
score a
though.
single touchdown today. It was just two field
was all
goals
the
by
kicker?
that Asian fuck.
He's on my fantasy league.
Yeah.
He's always my
Young
kicker.
Ho Kook.
Young Ho
Koo.
Young Ho Koo. Yeah,
It's actually Young Wei.
You got close.
You know what it is? Young Wei? I always thought it was Young Ho, and like every time I hear it, Young Wei, I'm like, oh yeah, oh fuck, I
is
am
it really?
Oh, I am racist.
Oh, I got crushed. In
Oh yeah, that's how
fantasy.
you pronounce it, is Young Wei.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's literally just H-O though, isn't it?
HOE.
Oh, that makes sense.
But that's how you spell ho.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I keep forgetting to check.
But that's
my
like the
fantasy stuff.
what's the real popular Nguyen? Isn't it Wen?
Wen, yeah.
So it's kind of similar to that.
Oh my god, he Young Ho Koo in fantasy scored almost, if not more, points
Than your quarterback?
Than the quarterback. Well, my quarterback is Kirk Cousins, so.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy.
Yeah, I did a little parlay today. He had to get 2 touchdowns, and he didn't. But it was like a cheap little
I had
prize
him.
picks parlay.
I had him on the bench.
He's been on fire this year.
Yeah, I had him on the bench a few weeks ago just because I did the auto thing on the fantasy. He scored 65 points on the bench, so then I play him next week and he gets 18 or something.
Oh, that was probably
He got 13 today.
the Matt Ryan night.
Yeah, I don't know. I try to watch football, but I just don't. I'm more of a. I play too many video games. That's my thing.
What's your video game of choice? What do you like? RPGs? You like the fucking
A little bit
I don't
of
know
everything.
any other style. I know racing games, sports games, and RPGs. Those are the only 3 categories I know. 'Cause I always loved RPGs when I was young.
Yeah,
I always
I
liked
like-
Final Fantasy and Breath of Fire and Super Mario RPG. I like
Which one is that? The
games.
Paper Mario one?
From Super Nintendo.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I play a lot of Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You like button smashing?
No, I'm
Press
actually.
the same button over and over again. Do you hate people who do that?
It just doesn't really do anything.
I have a joke about it, and I feel like
Yeah.
it does well, but not as well as I feel like it should.
Yeah.
I thought out everybody understood what that meant when like a kid just keeps doing that, and like it's fucking annoying when they just
No,
keep button smashing.
I play like competitive.
Okay, well, don't talk shit in my fucking house, dude.
No. I mean like actually like I play
Yeah,
like
that's
high
pretty
level.
cool. Okay,
It's not cool.
Are you ranked or?
Yeah, I'm like one of the top ranked. In online ranked.
Oh, is there another?
Well, there's like in-person tournaments.
Oh, okay.
And I want to do that, but there's just not really very many in Atlanta. I tried to go to an in-person tournament one time, and when I got there, the people running the tournament showed up late, and they were like, "We lost the disc for the game." And so they were like, "I'm gonna try to go to the store and buy it." Another.
What are we gonna do? Oh shit! Oh fuck! What are we gonna do?
So they just didn't do it.
They didn't just go buy another game.
I guess they couldn't. It was like 9:00 at night. I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. So
Isn't
then
there like a online store you can download it?
yeah,
Damn.
there is, but
Does it show you how fragile your hobby and your chosen path in life is? When you're like,
It's-
everything comes down to this, and you're like, yo, we forgot the fucking compact disc. Oh no.
For me,
and you're like, oh,
it's-
it's all over.
for me, it's not really a hobby. It's more of a compulsion.
It's a way of life.
It's a compulsion at this point.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I get it. I've always been one that appreciates when people have their thing and something they enjoy and something that they, that they take interest in and they really show passion for. As long as you're not hurting anybody else and you're not diddling a kid.
No.
Cool, dude.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Get over here. Get over here.
Jesus.
Finish him. You ever tell your child sex slave to finish him?
What the fuck?
No? All right.
What the fuck?
You ever bicycle kick some little 8-year-old boy? You're just like,
Now that.
Oh, Liu Kang.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other Mortal Kombat references. You ever had Goro jerk you off with all 8 hands? Come on, dude. What?
Actually, he has
And actually, it's 6.
arms.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was 6.
Shiva has 6 arms.
Oh, even better.
Actually, Collector has 6 arms. Shiva's has 4
you know,
arms.
I just
too.
found out like 2 days ago that the actual Shiva, the Indian god, is a dude.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've been jacking off to a guy this whole time.
Whoa! I like gay gods. Fuck!
Gay gods.
No, yeah, I always thought Shiva. I think from like Final Fantasy and like Mortal Kombat and shit. I always figured Shiva was a chick.
Shiva's
But
a
no, she's
chicken.
dude.
Shiva's a chicken. Mortal
No, I know,
Kombat.
yeah. But in the Indian Shiva is a dude named Shiva. Fuck. All right.
You know who's coming out.
Shiva over there.
You know who's coming out on Tuesday. Not out of the closet. But coming out in Mortal Kombat is a Ghostface from Scream.
That you meant from a Wu-Tang clan.
No.
What? Ghostface Killer is gonna be on It's for the kids, I guess. No, that's the other thing. Yeah, I've never been into Mortal Kombat, but I've watched like YouTube videos. It's cool that how they always like introduce like pop culture,
Yeah.
like Freddy Krueger and Scream and
Yeah, they had the Alien, and they had the
Alien,
Predator.
Predator.
And have you watched the Alien?
like Arnold
movies?
Schwarzenegger. You could fight him.
Yeah, well, they're adding they had the Terminator in the last one, and this one they're adding Conan the Barbarian.
Really?
Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah.
That's awesome.
And they're adding the T-1000.
Does he do the little dance where he cuts the string?
I don't know. They haven't shown anything yet.
That was a Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
Conan O'Brien. Okay, all right. 2 people would get that one. Does he come out in Mortal Kombat like this? And then cut the string?
what is? I don't know what that is.
Conan O'Brien used to always come out on his shows. Remember Conan O'Brien? The late night.
I know Conan O'Brien.
He would always do his thing, but he'd always do a little dance where he'd pretend like he would pull a string from his hip and pull a string from another hip, and he'd go and then he would cut the string and then drop it.
Why?
Same reason you and Tommy did whatever your bullshit.
Oh my God.
Wrestling promo thing. I don't know. Some people just do dumb shit for comedy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why.
true.
There you go.
But that, I mean, he's
That was just his dance.
okay.
And he also like would pretend to brush his hair. I don't know,
That makes
dude.
sense, I guess.
That one makes sense, but not the.
God, I had 3 McChickens for lunch.
I can tell.
Yeah, and a McFlurry. The McFlurry came in like
Oh.
a paper cup.
What the fuck are they
It,
doing?
it was like a Chinese food to go box. The McFlurry was in
But you can open it up and it makes like a whole plate.
with the McFlurry on it.
It's a life hack.
Yeah.
It's a life hack you can use now.
Have you seen those dumb fucking life hack videos? Oh my God, those are frustrating.
They're the best.
I watched a bunch of those on. We were at a cabin, and me and my buddy.
We should do that for an episode. Let's just find some funny, dumb life hacks that just.
Yeah,
We should do. Yeah,
Try
let's
them.
start. Let's start adding some like production value to this podcast.
Yeah.
You know, we should. No one wants to hear us just talk to each other. We should have themes.
Yeah,
And
who wants
That's what my
this?
dad says. There needs to be a theme to the podcast. There needs to be a. What are you guys talking about? What are you gonna have? You gotta have a theme. You gotta have a. Like, I don't
All right,
know,
what's
Dad. I'm
what's
just
the theme of this one?
talking shit about queers?
Okay.
Yep, that's the name of the episode, boys. Clip it.
But we were at a cabin and we were all on.
Oh, elder abuse. There's the theme of this.
Yeah. So we were at a cabin. We were committing elder abuse.
Okay, go ahead.
No, we were on
Right
some.
on theme.
We were on Alcohol Plus, others, and
Is that like the new premium subscription?
yeah,
Alcohol Plus?
yeah.
Plus cocaine.
It was hallucinogenic.
Oh, okay.
but,
All right, good. Okay.
but I was just sitting next to my friend, and we were both under a blanket together. You know how it is on the couch at a cabin.
Yeah,
But he
no,
was just
we've all been
scrolling through Facebook, and we were just watching those life hack videos on mushrooms.
yeah, dude, that's
They're very funny.
solid bro time.
I mean, there's more stupid shit on Facebook, but it was a lot of those, where someone, I can't even describe some of them. It's completely pointless, but it's like a life hack. And then there's underneath it, there's someone playing with sand or something. It was like, what is this?
And then someone up above playing Roblox, and then yeah.
Yeah. And then Andrew Huberman's talking about getting better sleep or something. Yeah. Those videos are the brain rot shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I used to not have any social media, but I got it back.
It's hard to
recently.
it's hard to stay off of it and stuff. I need to be
I don't
better
really,
about it.
I kind of forget to use it most of the time. I have the notifications turned off, so I just kind of
That's what I need
forget
to
about
do.
it.
Yeah, I need to just take it off my phone, like only have it on my tab. Because you gotta have it, like as a comedian, like promoting shows, that kind of shit, putting out clips, whatever. But yeah, I think there's something to maybe just having it on like your computer or a tablet and not on your phone. So it's like you have to like make the conscious effort to go like, okay, I'm gonna go to my tablet, go to my computer, post this thing, do whatever I got to do, then I'm off. There's no like, because
I just find it kind of boring.
it's like the first thing. I've always wanted to make an app. Like I've said this for years, but I've always wanted to make an app that like is like the same UI, like user interface as Facebook, where it looks almost exactly the same. So it kind of does the same thing in your head, but it's all just like useful information.
There is
And
an
you
app.
scroll-
There is an
Oh,
app like
I'm sure
that.
there is. Yeah, I've been talking about it for years. I'm sure someone stole mine.
I forgot what it's called. Oh wait, I downloaded it. I can tell you what it's called.
Oh yeah, let's plug it.
It's like this random app.
No, but yeah, I would love to find something like that. That just kind of makes me like gives me that same dopamine thing, but I'm actually kind of like learning stuff subconsciously.
It's called Headway.
Okay.
And so it's like it's kind of stupid now that I think about it. It's just like it's like random information and like book summaries and like stuff like that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. I should start. I've never used it. I haven't
No.
downloaded. I always end up playing mobile games. I've actually been playing a lot of this.
See, that's one thing I've definitely avoided. 'Cause
Oh,
there's a new
God.
Pokemon card game, mobile game.
I'm not a Pokemon guy.
But I love the card game. You like Mortal Kombat. Like I like the card. I get really competitive. I like the actual game of Pokemon. Like it's actually very like complicated and like whatever strategy wise of playing the actual game of it. And there's a really good app for the tablet and computer that's really good, but then they made a new phone one. But it's one of those, like, you know, wait 12 hours and open a new pack and wait 6 hours. It's one of those that, yeah, it's just like, I can tell it's trying to, like, grab my addiction and, like, you know, like, do this, watch this little video, and then you can do this thing. It's like, it's not what I want, you know. I don't want something that's just going to, like, you know, obsess me or, you know, addict me to it. So I can kind of tell that that's more what this app is based on, where the tablet and computer app is just playing, you can play against other people online with the deck that you've built.
Oh,
Pokemon cards.
This new game?
This one, it's sort of, but it's more like, you know, collecting the cards and stuff and opening packs. And I'm like, it's a fucking app. It's not a fucking, you're not collecting physical cards. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of this game. Mellow recommended, actually.
Okay.
It's a mobile game. It's been too addicting.
What's it called?
Slay the Spire.
Okay, what do you do?
It's kind of a card game.
Okay.
It's like you know what a
I like card games.
You know what a roguelike is?
No.
It's basically like you do like a campaign, but every time you do it, it's random. So you like see how far you get. So you play like these different like character types, and you start with like a deck of cards, and then when you win like a battle, you get to like add a card. So you basically are building like this character out through the campaign, but it's randomized.
Oh, okay.
So there's like synergy with like different cards and stuff.
I've always enjoyed stuff like that. Madden did that for a while. You know, if you know, I don't know if they still do it. The Madden, where they had like the ultimate player or whatever. I don't know whatever the mode it was, but yeah, you had to like open packs, and you would get different players from that, and like different attributes, different coaches, different like. I always enjoyed that kind of aspect of, you know, collecting stuff and having to build from that.
Yeah, it gets too addicting.
Yeah. No, that's why they did it. That's why that's why I can tell with this Pokemon thing. It's just like it's too.
I have too many addictions already. I'm literally all day. I was sitting there playing that card game while watching a podcast in the corner, while playing Mortal Kombat. In between rounds, I do
There's
a few
your
things.
brain rot. That's your brain rot. That's the fucking 3 videos in one. And
Yeah.
that's, I mean, they know what they're doing.
Well,
And as much as you can consciously like be like, okay, I know what they're doing to me, and I know but it works so well. It is so entertaining. It is so nice to watch something that is 3 different things at once, where you can kind of like, it satisfies your brain. But that's why I like baseball so much. I'm never going to sit there and watch a baseball game like this and just sit there and just watch the game. I love baseball for the fact that it's a pastime. It's for passing time. You sit there, you have it on, I can clean it. I get so much shit done when there's a baseball game going on because it gives me something to half pay attention to. So I'm not playing on my phone. I'm not like, that's my one thing. And then the other thing I get to be doing, like cleaning my room, organizing stuff, whatever. But I still have that other thing because I need 2 things going on. I mean, like our ADD, the human mind has gotten to where we need kind of 2 things at once. I need a podcast in my ear while I'm doing this thing.
I don't like it though.
Yeah, no, it's not good for you. It's not good for you.
I want to
As a
read
kid,
more.
I remember like there's something to be said about being bored. There's a lot of like Joe Rogan or people used to talk about like that's the problem with kids smoking weed, and I completely agree. I mean, I started smoking when I was 14 years old. Like, it cures boredom, and that is such a bad thing for kids. You need to be bored as a kid, and as a young adult, you need to be bored so you can be like, man, I can kind of figure out something to do. And then you find something to do, and you go do it, and you find your own entertainment.
Do something productive.
But if you smoke weed, you're just like, I'm cool, or whatever, man. We'll just fucking watch this shit. That's me like almost every day now. It's just not yet as an adult. It's fine, and I can still get shit done, whatever. And it's nice to have something that I can still relax and like just veg out. But it is dangerous.
When I was a kid, I binge watched horror movies on AMC.
Yeah,
I watched a lot of Halloween.
I don't do any of that shit anymore.
Friday
I don't
the
do anything where
13th.
I have like to spend that much focus and that much attention.
I do still do that. Like
Okay.
I'll go hike without my phone, and I'll go walk for
Wow.
a few hours without my phone.
Yeah,
It helps me write a lot. I'll just talk to myself.
the few times I force myself, I will. If I force myself to go on a car ride that's 30, 45 minutes, don't put on music, don't put on a podcast, just drive.
Yeah,
I come up with so much shit.
I'll
I
just
come up with so
record-
much shit.
Yeah, I'll just record myself. And I'll talk to myself.
So I can't go back and listen to those though. That's the tough
Really?
part.
Why not?
Yeah. It's something I'll just have to force myself to do. Same with recording my own sets. Yeah, it's just that's the hard part. The hard part is going back, listening. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you not like your own
I'm very
voice?
critical. No, I like my voice. I'm very critical of myself. Just things I
Oh.
say and stuff. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not, which also might not be a good quality.
I don't know. There's a good balance in all of it.
I'm very like information oriented, so I'm like that was just like information to inform the changes needed for this thing. I don't view it like critically or like emotionally.
Yeah.
Because I used to like really harsh. Because I've been like making content and stuff since I was like very young, and that stuff's really hard to watch and very, very cringy. One of my friends found a YouTube video I made for a project in high
That's
school.
awesome. Yeah. Now I was thinking about the other day because I didn't grow up, so I kind of wish. So I kind of think about it because I am obsessed with YouTube. If you're not here, as soon as you leave, I'm putting it on YouTube. That's all I watch all day, every day. It's always on. It's always there, no matter what I do. It's not good for me, but it's just what
Same.
I do. So I've always thought about what it would be like to do my own content, but that's not something I ever grew up doing. You know?
I like barely listen to music. I always just watch stuff on YouTube.
Yeah,
now.
oh yeah.
But so my friend found this
And
video.
it used to be where I would just watch podcasts instead of watching. And that's a weird thing to just watch people talking. But if I got something out of it, and if they would bring up a clip or a news article, I was like, oh, cool, I can see what they're, instead of just listening to a podcast.
Well,
and again, it's kind of like the baseball thing where you kind of just half pay attention to it. But now, the last like year or two, I've gotten to where I'm watching like the YouTube like little video essays, like just about shit that I don't even really care about that much, like the downfall of the dollar store I watched yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting, and they put such great production value and research and stuff. And it's just like so cool to watch this little mini documentary about the downfall of the dollar store. And but after I watch it for 45 minutes, I'm like, why the fuck did I wouldn't have normally as a child I would not have sought out the history of the dollar store if that was on TV. If I went to the TV guide and that was on TV guide, I wouldn't. But it came up in my algorithm for YouTube. I'm like, oh, let me just check that out. And then I get stuck watching it. And it's not something that I can passively watch. It's something that I'm watching all the shit, So I need to get back to like at least just passively watching something.
I watched one that was the downfall of Axe body spray. That was really interesting.
That's kind of one of my biggest fears as far as like putting content out and stuff like that. Is that like I know myself? I know I'm apologetic. I don't like offending. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So somebody comes up to me like, "Yo, man, that hurt me." If I know they don't mean it, I'll be like, "I'm sorry. I won't do that again, man. I'm sorry." Like, so it's just But unfortunately, people weaponize that against you. And so you just have to just do what you do. Stand by it. Stand by what your intentions were. You weren't intending to be offensive to Mexican people. Obviously, your fucking friend was Mexican. You weren't trying to. You were just trying to be funny. So I think intent is
well,
a
he
big
was
thing.
part of it. I mean, he was in on the joke.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, there's nothing to
We weren't making fun of,
and it means you're a good person to look back on it and be like, I don't know if that was, I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't like. I don't want anyone to. Honestly, rewatching it, I was kind of like, this really isn't that bad. I mean,
thank you.
But
so I was trying to get you to say.
No. I mean, we weren't making fun of anybody or anything like that. That was just. And plus, I mean, he is Mexican, so
yeah. That's to me. It's just tough when people are like, you do something like that, and if somebody came up to me and like, "Wow, man, you really got to punch down talking about Mexicans." I've had people do that to me with like certain jokes, but like, you got to punch down, and I do the reverse Uno card, and I'm like, wait a second, do you think that Mexicans are less than us? Like, why are you?
Yeah.
This is weird. That's you. This is weird that you're thinking that. Like, I didn't. I just made a joke with my friend who also thought it was funny. We were just being funny, and now you're saying that it's offensive to him because he can't handle it. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, but nobody
It's
cares
just
if you
weird.
make a joke about like poor people or homeless
yeah,
people.
exactly.
But
It's
technically,
all-
that is punching down. But that is interesting.
That's
I never
literally
thought of that.
punching
Of
down.
like,
No, I've done that in reverse Uno card. Yeah, people are like, wow, man, you got to make a joke about black people. You really got to punch down. I'd be like, and I'm gonna be like, do you think black people are less than you? Why do you think that's punching? That's weird that you think.
Yeah,
I think
I
I'm
didn't-
punching straight across to my black friend.
yeah, you're punching your black friend right in the face.
Yeah, no, that's right. Even he gets it, and you're the one thinking that he needs to be protected.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
got 5 points for punching your black friend in the face, and
If
then
I headbutt
him, you get 10 points.
Oh yeah.
Call back. Do we want to get to some bits?
Oh sure, yeah. That's the point of the podcast.
The name of the podcast.
Yeah, no,
I was
we're at
telling
about an hour, so yeah.
Someone was asking me about the podcast, and they were like, "It's called Show Me Your Bits." So like, it's about like comedy and bits and stuff like that. And I was like, kinda, mostly no, but a little bit. There's a little bit of that. And they were like, "What?"
I don't know.
But I think it's kind of funny that it's called Show Me Your Bits, and it's just like the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, I think it's just a funny like. All right, let's get to the fucking part of the podcast. All right, let's get this over with. Let's do this. All right. So you start because I gotta find something. That's how much I care about this part of the podcast.
so I had this joke about my niece, and this was true. We were like at a restaurant eating or something, and she asked me and my wife if we sleep in the same bed together. And we were like, yeah. And she was like, how do you both fit at the same time? Because Perry's so fat.
Damn, bitch.
I know. I was like,
Hit that
Jesus
chick.
Christ. And so we were at her birthday party the other day. And her older brother, he was going to play Happy Birthday on his saxophone. So he walked out into the backyard with the saxophone and started playing it. And I was standing there, and I just don't know what to, because I was just sitting outside. And he just walks up right in front of me and just starts playing Happy Birthday on the saxophone. I just didn't really know what to say. So I'm just standing there like towering over him. And I was like, how old are you again? And he stops playing and was like, shouldn't you know this? Or something like that. And I was like, no, I know. You're the one you're in high school, right? And he was like, no, that's the other one. I was like, no, I meant... Like, he thought I was trying to say he was in elementary school or something, because, little kids, like, get offended over stuff like that. And I was like, no, you're in... I was like, I know you're in elementary or whatever. And
I'm not a fucking baby, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking baby.
9 or 10 or whatever. But it reminded me of when I was, like, forced to play instruments in middle school, because you don't have to do anything in elementary school. But then in middle school, they force you to play instruments. So what we did was we went to the orchestra and the band and listened to them play, and then we got to pick.
I remember that. I think you remember that exact. Yeah.
And the orchestra played
a real life
shit
choice.
from the orchestra played Star Wars music.
Okay.
So I was like, naturally, I'm going to go to orchestra, and I'm a big guy, and I think it'd be badass to play the biggest instrument in here. So I picked the cello or whatever the biggest,
bass.
the bass. I think I picked the cello because the bass looked like a pain in the ass to lug around. It was kind of funny. There'd always be like that one small chick who played the bass and is carrying this massive fucking. But so my mom has to rent me a cello and all this shit, and I never figured out how to play it. I did not care or pay any attention. And one of my friends was like taking it really seriously, and they were like trying to like talk shit, and they were like, you don't actually care about playing the cello. And I was like, yeah, no shit. And he was like, you only joined, like, he was trying to make fun of me, and he was like, you only joined orchestra because you were going to play Star Wars music. And we never played any Star Wars music. But like my mom was paying so much to rent this thing, so we'd have like guests and family over, and she'd be like, "Oh, go break out the
Barry, go get your cello, Barry."
yeah," and I'd just be like, just playing it like horrifically.
Hot crossbuns.
Not even.
Hot crossbuns.
I couldn't even do that.
See how they.
I didn't understand it at all. I didn't understand the notes.
I picked the cello, and that's so funny. In high
Did
school
you
or middle
really?
school or whatever it was. Yeah, it was the only one you got to sit down while you played.
I think that was another
I
reason.
think
Yeah.
everybody else had to stand up. I'm like, yeah, let me get the one that you just sit down and fucking put up in your leg.
Yeah.
I put
And so
something between my
every-
legs.
I was like, thank God there's like 100 other kids doing this, because if it was just me, I would not know what the fuck.
That was my name. I'd let them play it. And I'm just like
yeah, I could not do anything. But we'd have guests over, and I'd be playing just random shit. I didn't understand what the point of doing your fingers in different spots. I didn't know. So I'm just randomly putting my fingers in. I'm not even holding the strings down. I'm just moving my fingers
solo.
around. And and then I'm just moving it at a random speeds and just trying to doing my best to pretend. And they'd always be like, "Oh, great job," and whatever. But the next year, I was like, lugging this fucking cello around sucks. And for some reason, I picked the snare drum, and that is like the most boring instrument.
which one's that?
The snare drum. It's a single drum. It's one drum.
It's not the four in front of you.
when
It's not the one big one. It's just one little drum.
yeah, when like the Union is,
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
yes. When like the Union's marching into battle, they have
Yeah.
the guys that don't have weapons. They just get shot to death.
Yeah, I
they're-
remember being there.
while they're playing.
I remember that.
While they're playing music, they're hyping everybody up. Yeah, I couldn't figure that shit out either. I didn't, which is really dumb because there's two sticks that you're hitting a big circle with,
Yeah.
and
I mean, that is the basics of drumming, but we're not all doing it.
yeah, but I just thought that was goofy. I'm like, I don't know how to be an uncle at all. I'm just like, they're like, you're supposed to keep up with our life and stuff. I don't know. And then I thought it was funny of like someone trying to talk shit of like, you don't actually care about orchestra and playing the cello. It's like, yeah, nobody, who the fuck does? Oh yeah, I was like, when you go to a bar and there's live music, there's not some douchebag playing a cello in the fucking corner. Like nobody plays the cello.
Really, guys, you trust me over there with the fucking rock band? I'm over here playing the cello by myself like a fucking idiot. I'm
so
like a
cool
fucking asshole over here by myself playing the fucking cello.
Yeah, if you're a homeless guy playing a cello, nobody's giving you donations. Like nobody wants to hear a fucking cello.
You have to have an electric violin that's like hollow, and you're just
yeah. I saw those people. It was always, I don't know.
They're always faking it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's always like a track they're playing.
But I was always confused at people like being like, I have children to feed, and I'm like, how much was that amp and that electric violin? Like, and that might be douchey to say. I don't know.
Oh,
but I just thought
it's your privilege showing. But that's Trump's America now, I guess. Like, you just talk shit.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's a good bit at all. But I just thought.
I would say out of all of that, the thing that jumped out to me the most was the picking between the band and the orchestra. I think that's a very funny concept of like what path, choosing to go down whatever path you choose in life, or like what each of those means and like what that can mean for your future, or just like or just like you said, the Star Wars thing. You're in the Star Wars, and that was like it was just like such a big important decision, and you're like, oh, I like Star Wars.
Yeah,
just like And I do think it's funny. Your friend like, wow, Perry, you need to take this shit seriously. Okay, some of us we chose to be like, and you're just like. Miss Richardson said we had to pick band or orchestra, so I had to pick.
Yeah, they didn't say.
They didn't say and/or. They didn't say option C. Neither.
They also
didn't say you can just go play outside if you want. No, they're like, no, you got to do one of these.
Nobody said I had to be good at it. I just had to pick one.
Yeah. Just treat like you're being recruited or you're being drafted into the military. Like, I mean, I didn't choose to be here, okay, but you know what? We're here, and we're gonna do what we can. All right. This is the shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought of that. I thought like there's different angles because I thought it was funny of like talking about like an open mic music thing or like live music at a bar, like having someone who's playing like a weird like a cello or some shit, like that would suck.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, they got the Falcons game's on. There's live music.
It would suck to like dedicate your whole childhood and your whole early adult life to learning and becoming extremely proficient and extremely good at one particular thing, and then realizing that it's not important or fucking useful at all in life, and then just relate that to like anytime girls try to do anything, like girls softball. I don't know where I was going with that. You can cut that part.
Okay.
No, but I think it's just funny how like girls will like dedicate their entire life to like playing softball and like being a softball player, or like but you can relate that to any like other thing, like, and then like but there's no like professional softball league. Like you're gonna do it. No, you're gonna do it in high school and college, and then like that's it. There's no like. But so I don't know. So taking like a cello so seriously that like unless you're gonna be a fucking concert musician. Or whatever.
Yeah, but when you're 8, I mean, and you're already like, I think at that age I was already 200 plus pounds and like 5'10" or something. Like they thought I was going to be like 7 feet tall because I've been the same size since like 7th or 8th grade. And like I saw my growth chart the last time I was at the pediatrician.
Couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yeah. My growth chart.
Perry, you're getting so big. Can you mark more? Can you mark where I'm at?
But I had lost like a bunch of weight, and I was like, "This is the lightest I've been since 5th grade." I was 235 pounds.
Congratulations! God,
not
damn.
right now, but this was this was over 10 years ago. But yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ! And the chart was literally off the chart of like. Compared to like the average person being 12 and being like 6'3" and 290 pounds. It was very unnatural.
Jesus.
Yeah, my mom had really bad back problems from carrying me around when I was a kid because I was so big. I was hard to like when I was like had to be picked up and carried around. I was already like 100. Like I think I was 100+ pounds when I was like 4
Jesus.
or 5 or something. I was just gigantic for some reason. And my mom is like 5'4" or 5'5", and my dad is like 5'6".
That is really weird.
It's very odd. But anyway, on to your little bit.
Oh shit! I'm still trying to find something.
Oh,
sort of.
I can keep
I
yapping.
found something, but
Oh, keep yapping.
you don't. Let's see. All right. How about? I haven't talked to you about school pictures. Do they still do school pictures? Do you know?
I don't know, in this post-COVID world, do they?
Just
I don't think kids go to
weird,
school
fucked up
anymore.
world. Yeah, I don't even know if they're kids anymore. They are boys, girls, who knows what's going on these days. I just remember back when I was a kid, and they would do school pictures, and it was every year. And you would show up, and it wasn't a choice. They would take the pictures of you, like whatever professional photographer. It's part of the joke. I wanted to say that it was like whatever local pedophile had the best camera set up. It was just, some weird dude that like just didn't like. This wasn't his full-time
It's just
job.
his
He just
passion.
he had like a lamp and a fucking camera.
Doing it for the love of the
Yeah,
game.
exactly. So he would just show up to your school and like tell you how to pose and stuff, and then take the pictures. And then they would send
It was always like,
You like this one too. I like that.
yeah, that was a good one.
But anyways, so and then like a couple weeks later, the pictures would arrive.
That was what I always did that.
And but then they would send the pictures home with you. I don't know if you remember this. Again, it's the age difference. But they would send home like a whole package of pictures, like all the wallet-sized pictures, the 5x7s, the big, like they took up the whole page. They'd send like all of them, like pre-printed on nice paper. Like and you could choose to like keep them, whatever the pictures they sent you. It was like $200 to keep all the pictures, or you just give them back. There was so I guess you just give him back to the pedophile for his own personal collection. Yeah, I guess he's like, it just goes back to me. It wasn't. They didn't like all right, give us $200. Like, you're like, no, like, okay, give us those pictures back. What the fuck? Like,
I want those back.
yeah, give us those.
I didn't make copies
Like, they already
yet.
made them. Yeah, it was already like it's not like.
I don't have any copies of your kids' pictures.
So anyway, so my fucking redneck stupid mom would just take a camera and take pictures of the pictures. 'Cause this is before like scanners. I mean, I'm sure there were scanners, but my mom was poor, so she would take a picture of the picture, and that was our like school. And she would post that in the fucking hallway. Yeah, a picture like you could see like the table in the background of the picture that you took. But then the school picture company got hip to what my mom was doing, and they started adding watermarks. So now they would send you home with a whole other, again, professionally printed. The money was spent to print all these pictures, and there was just a big watermark right across their face that said "Life Touch."
Life Touch.
But they would let you keep those ones because that was the name of the company. It was called Life Touch. I think it was Life Touch. I'll have to figure out for the joke. I think it was called Life Touch.
It
Sounds like a
they didn't-
pedophile thing.
I don't know if
they
they
weren't
did
hiding
that.
it very well.
I don't know. Yeah, it does.
Life
sound like
Touch.
Yeah. It sounds like just the dumb photographer you had was the only moron sending
No, I
it
think it was
home.
a thing back then. So then they'd send home the pictures, but they would have a watermark on them, and they could choose to buy those, and then they would you'd pay for it, and they would give you the ones without the watermark on them. And so I was like, well, no, not my mom. Now you just skipped a step for my mom. Now my mom's just framing these fucking pictures with the watermarks. Now you walk to our childhood home, and there's pictures with watermarks on them. I'm like, so Life Touch became the Getty images of my family pictures.
Oh my god.
I think it's never. I've done it like a couple times, and it's never gotten the laugh that I would hope for. That end part where I go, that Life Touch has become the Getty images. I don't know if enough people know what Getty images is.
I think I've heard you do it once.
Maybe, yeah,
And
I've tried it.
I remember it, but the part of I don't think I heard you do the part about like your mom took pictures of.
I've always tried. Yeah, it's something.
That's
It's such a
funny.
long thing. You have to kind of cut down.
That's so funny though. Of like your mom, like having like glare on it, and like the reflection
Yeah,
of like
a
the
glare,
camera
yeah,
and
glare.
shit. It's just like,
and then you see the background.
the fuck is that on your?
It's a picture of a picture.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's better to have because I always found like all the posed like Did you ever do that?
Sears. Or the go to the beach and we're all wearing khakis and the white polo on the beach. It's a white thing. It's like
It's
very common white person thing to do.
So stupid. Like we would go, my mom, we'd always have like turtlenecks on, and we'd take like different holiday pictures and send out like cards to everybody. I'm like, why? What do they need a picture of a posed picture of us in this like room at a
so another thing with the bit could be like, because I've always talked about how like it's changed over generations. Like the end of it now was like, oh, like what are the school pictures now? Is it just like a NFT of a GIF of your kid dabbing? You just get this, and that's your school picture. Like, I'm like, oh, how do they protect, like, you know? So you just get like an NFT, like, and it's like,
oh, I thought you were gonna take it to like a school shooting angle or something.
No, that's too hacky.
Yeah,
but so what was I getting at? What were we just talking about?
Kids vaping in the picture or something.
No, that is funny. No, but where I was getting at? God damn it!
The posed family pictures.
Yeah, the post family pictures. Oh, so yeah, so maybe you can extrapolate it into like today's day and age. Like we all have social media, so like we don't. So like you were saying, like yeah, like once a year you'd get this the Christmas card with the picture of the family. Like oh, that's what they look like now. Oh, okay, little Perry has a little mustache now, or you know, like oh, he's grown up so quick. Whereas like with Facebook now, you just get to see every time we fucking shit in public or every time we have a drunk, you know. Like,
yeah.
So maybe a funny thing of like, yeah, I don't need to. You don't send me a picture of your nice happy family when I just saw on Facebook last week of y'all like fucking screaming at each other and like, you know, or I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I don't know. I think
maybe how you know those family pictures were like the original, like you know everybody like puts up like fake social media pictures like with their life, like they want everything their life looks like. That's kind of what the original idea of it was. It was like, look at our happy family, like guys. But you know, but if you go behind the scenes of like them taking the picture, like you fucking smile, you fucking don't hit your brother, I'll fucking kill you, and you send off the picture and everybody just looks like all happy and just like yeah, when really it's just a dysfunctional family.
I think it's all really funny, but it's also like very relatable to me. So if there's someone who like didn't do all the family pictures and all that
stuff. That's what it. But no, as long as it's relatable to enough people. But that's what makes it the funniest. People haven't thought about who's thought about school pictures in years, or the fact that there was a watermark on them, or the fact that they used to send the pictures home with you before you would even buy them. There's funny ideas, just think, you know. Now. Yeah, so I think just maybe, and that is a big thing that people, you know, the whole nostalgia, like. Oh, I remember that. So I think it could be funny to kind of bring up stuff like that. Because, yeah, I've never really heard people talk about school pictures.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought the shit about your mom taking the pictures
of the
pictures of them is super funny. And I think it'd be funny, too, if you were just like, yeah, she didn't give a fuck about the watermark. She just kept the...
Yeah. But also, I'd always liked the line that fucking Life Touch became the Getty images of our family pictures. But
it's okay. I think the angle of like pay us $200 or like why do you need to keep these pictures of my kid? I think that's pretty funny too.
Yeah. And just hiring the local pedophile to come just take pictures of kids. Yeah.
Doing it for the love of the game. It's his hobby to take pictures of all these of 200 little kids at an elementary school.
Yeah.
I actually have one more.
Okay.
It's very quick, but there's someone I work with. And I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but they're obsessed with like the idea of like gender studies in schools and stuff like that. And
like they're for it or against it?
They're against it. But they're like 40 with no kids. And so I'm like, dude, you don't have to keep up with the curriculum at the local middle school anymore.
Like the dude that is pissed that the high school's not starting the specific running back.
Yeah, I'm like,
can you believe that fucking Cherokee High School isn't starting Tom McKeever? Like what, dude? What? Like, whoa! It's just immediately like, what?
Huh?
Like, why are you talking about high school kids? What, dude?
But you'll be having like a random. Just work-related conversation, and he'll just randomly be like, thank God the president of Argentina outlawed gender studies in schools. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, the stuff they're teaching kids in schools these days. I'm like, how would you even fucking know? You don't have kids. Why do you care what they're... It's like, can you believe those math questions on that test last week? I'm like, what are you talking about? What the fuck?
Can you believe what Miss Richardson said to Timmy?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we're 40.
I think Jessica totally did not deserve detention for that thing last week. But I don't know. I always thought it was funny because every conversation, he's a really interesting interesting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he thinks the apocalypse is coming.
My mom thinks Donald Trump is the second coming of Jesus.
Really?
Yeah.
Like actually?
It's tough. Yeah. My older brother is like not wanting to go to Thanksgiving and not wanting to talk to her anymore because of it. She's gone pretty QAnon, sort of. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like my mom. So it's like I'm just trying to, like, I see her shit on Facebook and I'm just like, oh, okay. But yeah.
I had to
crazy.
play a QAnon person for like an acting class one time. I had to do a bunch of research. Could not nail down a single belief that they have. They believe in a million different, like,
pizzas or raping kids.
it's the most random. They believe in just absolute randomness of. I could not. And the whole point was like pin down like 3 main like themes, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck they believe in. Like I can't.
Yeah, they haven't put out an official manifesto yet, unfortunately.
They're like the people that are on airplanes being like, that motherfucker's not real, and like they believe in like the lizard people and all this shit.
Where do we even start with this? What do you? Yeah.
Which I could dive into David Icke and the lizard people.
We'll do that in another episode. We'll do a lizard people episode. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll do an episode of life hacks, and then we'll do a lizard people episode.
Okay.
Those will be back to back.
Next week we got to bring in our own life
I do want to
hacks.
start. I'm going to start bringing in some fun topics and things and stuff. We'll start having some fun. My dream for this is to do, I don't know if I've told you, like kind of like a mix between the Daily Show. And did you ever see that show At Midnight on Comedy Central where they had like 3 comedians? They bring up like a funny little like news article, video, picture, whatever, and like each comedian make whatever jokes they have on that. I think it'd be fun to do like each week, just like whatever current events. Try to stay away from politics as much as possible. So more like entertainment news, P. Diddy, the boxing match, stuff like that. Just just make fun of like still be somewhat informative, like what's going on in the world, or like keep people in a funny way.
I like that.
Hell yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Next week?
That'll be yep.
Okay.
I'll come up with some shit. All right, on the next episode of Show Me Your Bits, we're going to change everything completely. See you guys.